They always said I was too sensitive. I gave them a ski vacation to prove I wasn't. Now I'm driving up this icy mountain alone, watching the sunset paint the snow orange, wondering if I've made the biggest mistake of my life. I'm Emerson, and until last month, I was the family disappointment. The one who feels too much, who needs to toughen up, who takes everything so personally. But landing partnership at Morrison Financial changed everything. Or at least, I thought it would. My phone buzzes. It's my sister, Natalia. You better not have cheaped out on the cabin. Henry's bringing his new Patagonia gear, and Mom's expecting something Instagram-worthy. I grip the steering wheel tighter. It's 5-star, Nat, like I told you 3 times already. Whatever. Just don't embarrass us like that time in Aspen. The line goes dead before I can remind her that time in Aspen was her fault. She'd posted our family photos with captions mocking my ski form. My GPS announces the turn to Crystal Peak Resort. The gates open to a private road lined with snow-dusted pines. I've spent weeks planning this trip, making sure everything would be perfect. The luxury cabin, the private instructor I hired for myself, the champagne waiting in the fridge, all paid for with my bonus. The cabin appears through the trees, and my breath catches. Floor-to-ceiling windows reflect the dying sun, a wraparound deck dotted with heated seating areas. It's exactly what I'd hoped for. My phone rings again. Henry. You there yet? Mom's flight landed. Just pulled up. The code for the lockbox is save it. We're taking a taxi up. Don't wait around. Hit the beginner slopes or whatever you do. I swallow hard. Actually, I thought we could all have dinner together tonight. I got reservations at... Seriously? We're here to ski, not hold your hand through another emotional bonding session. We'll see you when we see you. The call ends. I sit in my idling car, staring at the cabin I'd spent thousands on, fighting back tears. No, not this time. I didn't become the youngest partner in my firm's history by being weak. Inside, I unpack methodically, choosing the smallest bedroom, despite paying for everything. Old habits die hard. As I'm hanging up my coat, a piece of paper falls from the pocket, the trail map I'd grabbed at check-in. One route catches my eye. Widow's Run, expert only, ski at your own risk. Something about those words sends a chill through me that has nothing to do with the mountain air. Hours later, I hear their voices outside. Natalia's laugh, sharp as icicles. Henry's commanding tone giving instructions to the taxi driver. Mom's gentle murmur that somehow always cuts the deepest. I smooth my shirt, check my lipstick, and open the door. Welcome, I thought we could... Oh my God, Em, is that what you're wearing? Natalia interrupts, pushing past me with her designer luggage. This isn't a business meeting. The place looks decent enough, Henry comments, not meeting my eyes. Though that resort in Vail last year was bigger. Mom finally hugs me, brief and perfunctory. Darling, you seem tense already. Remember what Dr. Phillips said about managing your anxiety? I force a smile, watching them claim the best rooms without discussion. On the kitchen counter, the champagne I'd carefully chosen sits unopened, forgotten. Looking out at the darkening slopes, I remember why I planned this trip. One last chance to prove myself, to show them I'm stronger than they think. But as I study that trail map again, my finger tracing over Widow's Run, a different thought surfaces, one that feels dangerous and thrilling all at once. Maybe it's time to show them exactly how tough I can be. Morning brings fresh snow and fresh criticism. I'm pouring coffee in the gourmet kitchen when Natalia emerges in full designer ski wear, phone already in hand. Those rental pants make you look like a beginner, she says, snapping a photo of her own reflection in the window. I told you to buy the Bogner set I tagged you in. The rentals are fine, I reply, sliding her a mug. They're actually better for... Nobody cares about the technical specs, Em. Henry strides in, already fully dressed. You're overthinking. Again. Mom follows, adjusting her cashmere scarf. Sweetheart, did you at least book us an instructor? You know how you get on difficult runs. I booked private lessons, I say. For myself. I thought you all preferred to. Classic Em, Henry laughs. Always needing training wheels. We head to the slopes, and I try to focus on the pristine morning. The snow sparkles like diamonds, the air crisp and clean. but their voices carry across the white expanse, discussing runs I'm probably not ready for. At the first lift, Natalia pulls out her phone again. Family selfie. Em, try not to look so scared this time. I'm not scared, I say, but they're already posing, excluding me from the frame. I catch a glimpse of Natalia's screen, a group chat titled Operation Snowflake. The morning passes in a blur of intermediate runs. I keep up fine, but every minor slip earns a comment. Every cautious turn becomes proof of my weakness. Remember when she cried at ski school? Henry asks over lunch. Age 12, refused to go down the blue run? I had the flu, I protest, and you pushed me. Oh, here we go, Natalia rolls her eyes. Another M trauma story. Mom touches my hand. Darling, maybe this is a good opportunity to work on your resilience. Speaking of which, Henry just won a massive case. Tell them about it, honey. Actually, I cut in, I wanted to share some news. I made partner at full jury trial. Henry talks over me. Biggest settlement in the firm's history. I stare at my untouched soup, my promotion announcement evaporating like steam. Later, back on the slopes, Henry points to a distant trail. Tomorrow, we're doing Dragon's Breath. No excuses. I recognize the name from the map. Double black diamond, expert only. My stomach drops. I don't think that's a good idea, I say. The conditions? God, you're such a baby, Natalia snaps. This is why nobody takes you seriously. That night, I slip out to the deck while they drink wine and laugh inside. The stars are brilliant above the mountains, but I barely notice them. My phone buzzes, a notification that Natalia's tagged me in something. I open it and freeze. It's a photo from today, me looking nervous at the lift. The caption reads, Operation Snowflake, day 1 of watching little sis pretend she belongs here. Jark family trauma, Chucks Cantivan. My fingers shake as I scroll through the comments. Henry's replied, Tomorrow's gonna be epic. Hope she brings her emotional support helmet. I'm about to close the app when I notice Natalia's posted to her stories. The thumbnail shows all 3 of them huddled together, grinning. I tap it. Planning something special for our favorite scaredy cat tomorrow. Stay tuned for the meltdown. Operation Snowflake. The phone nearly slips from my numb fingers. Through the window, I see them in the warm light of the cabin I paid for, plotting tomorrow's humiliation like it's a game. Henry catches my eye through the glass and raises his wine glass in mock salute. Natalia's already got her phone up, probably documenting my reaction. I turn away, facing the dark mountains. Dragon's Breath Trail is out there somewhere, waiting. They think tomorrow will break me. They don't know that something already has. Morning brings heavy clouds and a sense of dread. We take the main lift up, 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 my heart pounding harder with each passing tower. Henry and Natalia flank me like prison guards, Mom trailing behind with her perpetual look of concerned disappointment. Almost there, Snowflake, Henry says, using their new favorite nickname. Try not to hyperventilate. The lift crests the mountain, and I see it. Dragon's Breath. The trail drops away like a cliff, disappearing into a narrow chute between jagged rocks. Warning signs line the entrance. Expert only, no patrol on trail. I can't do this, I say, voice shaking. This is beyond my skill level. Natalia's already got her phone out. Say that again, but let me get your face this time. Stop, I plead. This isn't funny. Neither is watching you embarrass us every time we ski, Henry snaps. Mom, tell her. Mom adjusts her goggles. Emerson, honey, sometimes we need a push to grow. Remember when you were afraid of swimming? That's different. This could literally kill me. Drama queen, Natalia sighs, positioning herself for a selfie. Hashtag family intervention. Henry grabs my arm. You're doing this. We're not letting you quit again. The wind picks up, whipping snow around us. Dark clouds roll closer. Every instinct screams danger. The weather's turning, I try reasoning. We should head back. Perfect lighting for the video, though. Natalia grins. Ready? Before I can protest, Henry gives me a sharp push. My skis catch the edge. For one terrifying moment, I'm airborne. I slam into the slope hard, snow spraying everywhere. Through tears, I see them positioning themselves above me. Follow us or find your own way down, Henry calls. Time to grow up, Em. They push off one by one. Natalia's phone records my panic. Mom hesitates for just a moment before following. Then I'm alone. The wind howls through the rocks. The temperature's dropping fast, clouds darkening overhead. I can barely see the bottom through the gathering storm. This was a mistake, I whisper, tears freezing on my cheeks. But something shifts inside me. A lifetime of their cruelty crystallizes into sharp, cold clarity. I think of the partnership I earned, the respect I command at work, the strength they refuse to see. I pull myself up, check my bindings, take a deep breath of biting air. The descent is brutal. I traverse slowly, fighting vertigo and wind. Each turn requires total concentration. One mistake could send me into the rocks. Halfway down, snow starts falling. The light turns flat, making it impossible to read the terrain. My legs burn. My fingers go numb inside my gloves. A gust nearly knocks me over. I catch an edge, skid toward a rock face, and somehow manage to stop inches from disaster. That's when I spot it through the swirling snow, a maintenance shed tucked against the mountainside. Safety. I point my skis downhill, praying my legs hold out. The shed grows larger. 10 more turns. 5. 2. I practically fall against the door, fumbling with frozen fingers at the handle. It opens. Warm air hits my face. A figure stands from a desk. "Need some help?" a familiar voice asks. I squint through bleary eyes, not trusting my snow-blind vision. But there's no mistaking that face. Tobias? My college ex stares back, equally shocked. He's in resort patrol gear, a radio crackling at his belt. "Emerson, what are you doing on Dragon's Breath in these conditions?" I start to answer, but exhaustion hits like an avalanche. My legs buckle. He catches me before I hit the floor. "Hey, stay with me, you're freezing." As he wraps an emergency blanket around my shoulders, I see my phone light up. Another notification from Natalia's story. Someone's taking her sweet time. Guess baby sister needed a timeout. Family karma. Tobias follows my gaze. His expression hardens. "Want to tell me what's really going on?" I look up at him, something dangerous and decisive crystallizing in my chest. "Actually," I say, "I think I need your help with something." "They just left you up there?" Tobias hands me a steaming cup of coffee. The maintenance shed is small but warm, filled with radio equipment and emergency supplies. "Not the first time," I say, my fingers gradually regaining feeling. "Just the last." He checks something on a monitor. "Storm's getting worse. Visibility's down to 20 feet. They make it back to the cabin?" "Probably. They're experienced enough." I pull the blanket tighter. "You never mentioned you worked here." 5 years now. Emergency response coordinator." He taps his radio. "Including helicopter evac for our premium guests." Our eyes meet. He always could read my mind. What are you thinking?" I pull out my phone, show him Natalia's posts. His jaw tightens. Jesus, they haven't changed. "No," I say quietly. "But I have." Tobias sits beside me, close enough that I catch a hint of pine and coffee. The resort has strict protocols. If a guest feels unsafe... "I paid for everything," I cut in. "The cabin, the passes, their equipment rentals, premium package." He nods slowly. "Which means you have access to our premium evacuation service. No questions asked." My hands stop shaking. How long until they realize they can't call out? "Cell service is already down from the storm. Wi-Fi needs a daily password reset from the account holder." He pauses. "You." I stand, strength returning. "I need to get back to the cabin, before they do." "I'll drive you." He grabs his keys. "Emergency vehicle can handle these conditions." The ride down is silent, but charged with possibility. At the cabin, I move quickly, pack my bags, gather my laptop, both sets of car keys, the satellite phone. In Natalia's room, I find her journal on the nightstand. I shouldn't look. I do. M's pathetic attempt at buying our Love Was Free ski trip. Henry's right, she's so desperate for approval it's sad. Can't wait to see her face tomorrow when... I snap it shut, ice forming around my heart. Back in the kitchen, I write a note in clear, steady strokes. Let's see how tough you are when no one's holding your hand. Tobias waits in the idling vehicle. You sure about this? Call the helicopter, I say. I'm done being their emotional punching bag. He radios it in while I watch the cabin grow small in the side mirror. 20 minutes later, we hear the chopper blades. They'll be fine, Tobias says, reading my expression. Patrol will check on them tomorrow. They'll just be uncomfortable tonight. No heat, I say. No Wi-Fi, no car, no phone service, no food delivery. No one to blame but themselves. The helicopter lands in a swirl of snow. Before I board, Tobias catches my arm. There's a luxury lodge on the other side of the mountain. Private, discreet. I can get you a room. Why are you helping me? He smiles slightly. Because 10 years ago, I watched them tear you down at graduation. Wanted to say something then. Saying it now. My phone buzzes. One last message getting through before service dies completely. Unknown number. You did what I never could. Call me. Aunt Charlotte. I stare at the message, pieces clicking into place. Mom's estranged sister, the family outcast. Another story I never knew. The helicopter pilot signals it's time. Tobias steps back. What will you tell them if they come looking? That premium guests deserve premium service. His eyes crinkle. And sometimes that means privacy. I climb aboard, buckle in. Through the window, I see the mountain resort spread out below. Somewhere down there, my family is returning to an empty cabin, about to learn what it feels like to be the ones left behind. The pilot hands me a headset. Where to, ma'am? I think of Natalia's hashtag, family karma. The Pinnacle Lodge, I say. I hear they have an excellent view of the storm. From my suite at the Pinnacle Lodge, I watch the storm rage through floor-to-ceiling windows. Tobias's security feed shows me everything. My family returning to the cabin, their confusion turning to anger. Where is she? Henry's voice crackles through the surveillance. He's pacing, still in his ski gear. Natalia tries her phone again. No signal, no Wi-Fi. What the hell? The heat's not working either, Mom calls from upstairs. Her voice holds a tremor I've never heard before. I sip hot chocolate, letting their panic wash over me. Natalia finds my note first. That little... She crumples it, throws it at Henry. She planned this! Impossible, he scoffs. Em doesn't have the spine for revenge. Mom picks up the note, smooths it out. Her hands shake. We need to call someone. With what? Natalia snaps. She took everything. The car keys, the satellite phone. She stops, face draining of color. My journal, oh God. Your what? Henry rounds on her. Nothing. Just, I wrote some stuff about her. Like what exactly? Just jokes about her being pathetic and desperate and... Natalia's voice breaks. She wasn't supposed to see it. Mom sinks onto the couch. I don't feel well. Drama queen? Henry mutters. Like mother? Like daughter? No, I really... Mom slumps sideways. The security feed shows their panic as they rush to her. The altitude, the stress, the cold, it's all too much. She's conscious, but barely. My phone buzzes. Aunt Charlotte again. Smart girl. Your mother did the same to me in Aspen, 1985. Left me stranded after I confronted her about stealing my inheritance. History repeats. I text back, tell me everything. Her response chills me. Ask her about the trust fund. Your college money. What really happened to it? On the security feed, Henry's mask finally cracks. This is bad, he paces. We need help. Real help. You're the one who pushed her on that slope, Natalia shrieks. You're the one who posted it online. Both of you, Mom whispers from the couch. We all did this. We all... They fall silent as the wind howls louder. The temperature in the cabin drops another degree. My phone lights up with Charlotte's revelation. Your college fund didn't go to taxes. Audrey gave it to Henry, to cover up his first-year law firm scandal, the one that almost got him disbarred. The pieces click. Why Mom insisted I take student loans. Why Henry's career survived that ethics investigation. Why they never wanted me looking too closely at the family finances. On the feed, they're arguing about hiking to the main lodge. Henry's already by the door. It's suicide in this weather, Natalia protests. Then freeze here, he snarls, grabbing his coat. Mom tries to stand. Henry, please. You babied her for years, he shouts. Made her weak. Made her think she deserved special treatment. Well, look where that got us. He storms out into the blizzard. The door slams behind him. Natalia bursts into tears, but they're not sympathetic tears. My followers are going to think I'm pathetic. This will ruin my brand. Mom doesn't respond. She's too pale, too still. I reach for my phone, hesitate. Let them suffer a little longer, a dark voice whispers. Let them feel what you felt. But then Mom slumps further into the couch, and Natalia's sobs turn to hiccuping panic, and Henry's dark figure is barely visible through the snow. I text Tobias. How fast can you get a rescue team together? His reply is instant. Already on standby, your call. I look at the storm, at my warm room, at my trembling family on the security feed. They deserve this fear, this helplessness. But I didn't survive their cruelty by becoming cruel. Send the team, I text, but make sure they know who's in charge of this rescue. Time to show them exactly who they underestimated. The blizzard turns the mountain into a white wall. Through Tobias's rescue team radio, I hear Henry's labored breathing as they find him first, half a mile from the cabin. Sir, you need to come with us now, a rescuer says. I don't need your help, Henry wheezes. My sister, she's the one who... Ms. Emerson authorized this rescue, the rescuer cuts in. She's covering all expenses. Silence, then a bitter laugh. Of course she is. Perfect little M, always doing the right thing. Back at the cabin, Natalia's filming everything on her dying phone. If anyone sees this, she sniffs dramatically, we're trapped here by my psycho sister who... The rescue team bursts in. Medical assistance requested for the older woman. Mom's still conscious, but weak. Altitude sickness, dehydration, stress. They wrap her in thermal blankets while Natalia hovers uselessly, phone finally dead. This is totally illegal, she protests. We could sue. The lead rescuer checks his tablet. According to resort records, Ms. Emerson paid for everything, including premium emergency services. She's well within her rights. My phone rings. It's Charlotte. They found the paperwork, didn't they? She asks without preamble. In Mom's room, I confirm. The trust fund documents, the transfer to Henry's account, everything. Your mother did the same to me. Took my inheritance to cover Daddy's gambling debts. Called me unstable when I confronted her. Charlotte's voice hardens. History doesn't just repeat, it breeds. Through the radio, I hear them loading everyone into the rescue vehicles. Henry's muttering about lawsuits. Natalia's crying about her social media going dark. Mom's silent. I have something for you, Charlotte says. Remember that little cabin I bought in Telluride? The one your mother always envied? The A-frame? With the glass ceiling? I'm transferring it to you. Papers are already with my lawyer. Consider it redistributed inheritance. My throat tightens. Charlotte. You did what I couldn't, she says softly. You stood up to them. And better yet, you did it legally, beautifully. No one can touch you. The rescue convoy approaches the main lodge. I watch from my window as they help Mom inside first, Henry storming after her, Natalia hunched against the wind. They'll try to spin this, I say. Let them. You have the receipts, the documentation, Natalia's posts, their own cruelty broadcast to the world. She's right. The truth is already spreading. Natalia's last public story, showing them abandoning me on Dragon's Breath, has been screen recorded by her followers. The resort incident report details everything. Even Henry's old law firm scandal is resurfacing in legal circles. What do I do now? I ask. Whatever you want. That's the beauty of freedom. Charlotte pauses. But first, check your email. I sent you the cabin keys. Change of scenery might do you good. The rescue team radios in, all subjects secured at main lodge, awaiting further instructions. I think of Mom's pale face, Henry's rage, Natalia's tears. Part of me wants to go down there to explain, to make them understand. But Charlotte reads my mind. They'll never understand, honey. People like them never do. Through the lodge windows, I see my family huddled in the emergency center. They look small, lost, exactly how they made me feel for years. Ms. Emerson? Tobias's voice crackles through the radio. They're asking to speak with you. I pick up the radio, think of Charlotte's cabin with its glass ceiling and mountain views. Think of all the nights I spent trying to be good enough for people who never wanted me to succeed. Tell them I'm unavailable, I say. And Tobias? Make sure they know the rescue bill will be sent to my accountant. I turn off the radio and open Charlotte's email. The cabin looks perfect, secluded, peaceful, mine. Sometimes karma doesn't just wear ski boots. Sometimes it gives you the keys to a whole new life. The storm breaks at dawn. I stand in the lodge's observation deck, watching the rescue team prepare for one final task, escorting my family down the mountain. They're asking for you again, Tobias says, joining me at the window. Henry's threatening legal action. With what money? I smile thinly. The trust fund's gone. Charlotte made sure the papers went public. Below, I see them emerge. Mom's walking shakily, supported by medical staff. Natalia's mascara-streaked face is buried in her phone, now that service is restored. Henry paces, barking into his cell. Time to face them? Tobias asks. I nod. One last time. The observation deck elevator opens directly into the medical wing. They all look up as I enter. The silence is deafening. Henry moves first, face dark with rage. You vindictive little... Careful, I cut him off. The resort's still recording everything, for liability purposes. Natalia jumps up. My followers are destroying me. Do you have any idea what you've done to my brand? Posted your own videos, I shrug. Showed the world who you really are? Isn't that what influencers do? Emerson. Mom's voice is weak. Why? Why? I turn to her. Because you stole my future to cover Henry's mistakes. Because Natalia turned my pain into social media entertainment. Because none of you ever saw me as anything but weak. We were trying to toughen you up, Henry snaps. No, you were bullies who confused cruelty with strength. I pull out my phone, show them Charlotte's email. Funny thing about strength. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's just walking away. Mom sees the cabin transfer documents and goes even paler. Charlotte sends her regards and copies of every financial document you tried to hide. Natalia starts crying again. You've ruined everything. You ruined it yourselves. I just stopped playing along. Henry steps forward. We're family. You can't just... Family? I laugh. Family doesn't abandon people on dangerous slopes. Family doesn't steal trust funds. Family doesn't mock trauma for Instagram likes. The medical team appears with release forms. It's time. The resort will provide transport down the mountain, I say. Your personal items will be shipped to your respective homes. Don't try to contact me. Or what? Henry challenges. Or the ethics board gets proof of exactly how you avoided disbarment. Your choice. Mom tries to stand. Sweetheart, please. Save it. I turn to leave, then pause. You know what the funny thing is? I actually thought this trip would fix things. That if I proved I was successful enough, generous enough, you'd finally see me. Natalia reaches out. But you showed me exactly who you are, up there on Dragon's Breath, and now I'm showing you exactly who I've become. I walk to the door where Tobias waits. Behind me I hear Mom start to cry, Natalia's shaky breath, Henry's frustrated growl. You'll regret this, he calls after me. I turn one last time. No, I regret every minute I spent trying to earn love from people who only knew how to hurt, but that stops today. Outside, the morning sun turns the snow into diamonds. The mountain looks different now, not threatening, but peaceful. You okay? Tobias asks. Better than okay. I breathe in the crisp air. I'm free. What now? I think of Charlotte's cabin, of quiet mornings and starlit nights, of a life without their constant criticism and cruelty. Now, I smile. I think I'll learn to ski properly, on my own terms. Want company? he asks quietly. I look at him, really look at him. The boy who saw through my family's act 10 years ago, the man who helped me stand up to them today. Yes, I say. I think I do. Behind us, the resort comes alive with morning skiers. Somewhere below, my family heads down the mountain, finally facing consequences they can't escape. But I'm not looking back anymore. I'm looking up, at peaks I'll climb when I'm ready, at my own pace, with people who lift me up instead of pushing me down. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do isn't standing your ground. Sometimes it's choosing new ground entirely. The sun sets behind Charlotte's cabin, my cabin now, painting the Telluride peaks in shades of gold. I'm curled up in the reading nook, laptop open to my Reddit post, watching the comments flood in. My phone buzzes. Another email from Henry's law firm, marked urgent. Delete. A text from Natalia. Mom's really sick, you have to talk to us. Block. A voicemail from an unknown number that I already know is Mom. Delete. Hot chocolate? Tobias appears with 2 steaming mugs. He's been teaching me to ski properly. No pressure, no mockery, just patience and encouragement. Look at this, I show him the screen. Natalia's final Instagram story has gone viral. The internet has opinions about families who abandon people on expert ski slopes. Henry's firm put him on leave, I say. Seems they don't appreciate the publicity. And Natalia? Lost half her followers. Her sponsorships dropped her. I close the laptop. They're calling it karma. The glass ceiling above us shows the first stars appearing. No more darkness, no more cold, just peace. Charlotte called, I say. She's coming to visit next week. Says she has more stories to tell. About your mom? About everything. Turns out our family has a long history of covering up ugly truths with prettier lies. My phone lights up with a news alert. Someone leaked the trust fund documents to the financial press. Mom's careful facade is crumbling fast. You didn't leak those, Tobias observes. No need. The truth has a way of surfacing. I sip my chocolate. Charlotte did, though. He laughs. I like your aunt. She's teaching me something I should have learned years ago. That family isn't about blood. It's about choice. A notification pops up. A private message from a childhood friend. Saw what happened. Remember when they did the same thing at your Sweet 16? Glad you finally stood up to them. More messages arrive. Old classmates, former colleagues, people who witnessed their behavior over the years but stayed silent. Not silent anymore. Your mother's friend called the resort, Tobias mentions carefully. Says she's having panic attacks about the scandal. And I'm having peace for the first time in my life. I stand, walk to the window. They're not used to consequences, or to me choosing myself. The stars are fully out now, brilliant against the black sky. Below, the snow reflects their light like scattered diamonds. Ready for tomorrow's lesson? Tobias asks. Actually, I smile. I thought we could try Dragon's Breath again. He raises an eyebrow. Not to prove anything to them, I clarify. To prove something to myself. That I can do it when I'm ready, when I choose, with someone who won't leave me behind. I'd be honored, he says softly. My phone buzzes one last time, a text from Charlotte. How's the cabin? I snap a photo of the starlit peaks and send it back with the message. Perfect, like starting over. Her reply makes me smile. Not starting over, starting for real this time. She's right. This isn't an ending or a new beginning. It's simply the truth breaking through years of lies, like sunlight after a storm. I think of my family, scattered and struggling without their emotional punching bag. Think of Mom's crumbling reputation, Henry's suspended law career, Natalia's dying influencer dreams. But their drama feels distant now, like a storm on another mountain. Here, in this cabin with its glass ceiling and honest stars, I'm learning that strength isn't about weathering cruelty. It's about choosing joy, choosing peace, choosing yourself. Tomorrow, I'll ski Dragon's Breath again, not because anyone dared me, but because I want to. And this time, when I reach the bottom, the only person I'll need to impress is myself. They always said I was too sensitive, but sensitivity wasn't my weakness. It was my power. It showed me the truth about them, about myself, about what family should be. And now I'm exactly sensitive enough to enjoy this view, this peace, this life I've chosen. Sometimes karma wears ski boots, and sometimes it gives you stars.